The special services category will be Gary Rex Kern. Testimony of Rex will be Willie Coaster.
Thank you and good afternoon. My name is Willie Kester, and I do have the honor today of introducing my dear friend Gary Rex Kern into the Hall of Fame. But first, Andrea, I would like to thank you for having your mother here today so that I'm not the oldest person in the room. I will make two promises here. Number one is I will try to be brief, and number two, Rex will not. I once asked Rex what time it was. He told me how to tell a watch. So, believe me, after he's finished speaking, we will all need a bathroom break. As I look out here today, I see so many great softball players from what I called the golden age of softball. Make no mistake about it, softball is a great sport, but it's nothing like it was back in the golden age. I look out here today, and I mean, Century Tire is in the house. You know, I see, I mean, they were terrific. I mean, I see Tommy Taylor. People used to drive hours to Springfield and Parma to watch Tommy Taylor hit home runs against Bert Smith. These guys would hit balls over the light towers, and this is before there were $400 baseball bats. I mean, these guys could kill it. Tommy could also throw a ball through a car wash and it wouldn't get wet. I look out and Tommy's just a great guy. And then I see my good friend Jimmy Nageleisen. What a player. Jimmy Nageleisen, you'd have to play him so deep because he hit it over your head. And if he did hit one through the middle, by the time you picked up the ball, he was standing on second base. I mean, these guys were tremendous, just tremendous players. I haven't seen him in a year. Lee Sledge. Lee played third base as far back as anybody I've ever seen, and you couldn't get a ball by him, you'd throw him out. I believe he was a Withrow Tiger, and it was good to see him, and Denver's here as well. Denver was another Century guy. And then I see Leo Osterday. I used to watch Leo jump over fences catching balls. And I think the only white person that could jump higher than Leo was maybe his daughter Beth playing volleyball. And then you got Kevin Burkhofer. Kevin can hit the dark, and you know, and he still does. And then Tony Salamone, who you could turn a double play in a blink. So, but however, all you great players and everyone here today would not even be here if it wasn't for two things. Number one, you had to have good leagues to play in, and number two, you had to have great tournaments to show off your physical talents and skills. Well, 45 years ago, a gentleman named Mr. Bob Sullivan, the business manager of Pipe Fitters Local 392, started a softball tournament here in Cincinnati. And he started with a handful of teams. And that softball tournament was open to any plumber, pipe fitter, or sprinkler fitter union in America or Canada. Well, this tournament grew from a handful of teams to some years 60 teams, where teams would come in and fill anywhere from 800 to 1,000 hotel rooms in greater Cincinnati. And as time marched on, Bob Sullivan retired and handed the reins of the tournament over to just a class act, Gene Bloom. And Gene and Bob have passed. And Gene ran that tournament flawlessly. And in 2007, Gene Bloom handed the tournament over to Rex Kern. Now, Rex Kern was a pitcher in the tournament for about 13 years, and actually won a couple of championships playing in the tournament. But along with that, for all 45 years of this tournament, he has been either a player or running the tournament. His dedication is unmatched. Let me see what else here. Rex is going to join actually 3 other local 392 members into the Hall of Fame, which is quite a feat. I mean, Larry Wert's here, Mark Huber, I don't believe is here, and Kevin Burkhofer is here. And so without further ado, I'd like to be the first to congratulate my friend, Gary Rex Kerns.
Willie, thanks for the kind remarks. Don't plan on being as short as the other 2 speakers. It's not going to happen. Bet on the over. Okay. First of all, this is a very humbling day to me, and many thanks to the individual groups, sponsors, and people that make up the softball world, especially here in Cincinnati. Willie, you named some idols before when you talked about Lebo with Century Tire. Jimmy Negleisen, I remember playing basketball against you up at Hodner also, and when we were still trying to get better for LaSalle, you wiped our ass, man. You did a hell of a good job on it. And I don't think you've gained a couple ounces since then. Probably not a step neither in your loss, but anyway, it was great playing against John. First and foremost, I don't want to pull a Marty Monterosa. I want to thank my wife, Sue, of 42 years in 2024 for all your support and understanding of the game called softball. Sue, I love you. Also, to our beautiful daughter Sarah, who is here with her husband Justin, and he's out with the granddaughter right now, but if somebody don't like what I said, that's my bodyguard, you're not getting through him, so I don't have to worry. Okay? And her daughter Letty. Sarah, it was a great honor to watch and coach you in grade school. Your total effort in high school for sports and academics is what made you into the successful young woman mother that you are today. Sarah, me and Mom are very proud of you. I want to thank my sister Carol and my sister Mary Beth for showing up today, along with my many nephews, nieces, cousins, and thanks to many of the friends that made the commitment to attend today, and especially my local 392 brothers over there. Also, congratulations to all the other inductees today. Next, I would like to thank the selection committee. I had the distinct honor as a player, coach, and also at our UA National Tournament of working around some of these fine people. Mark Lenneman, when I was at the sports farm, Mark was out there and he tells a story on one of the players who's mentioned in the Hall of Fame that came into his office and used language that he's never heard before in his life. So you guys can figure it out of the 4 that are members of 392 that got inducted. If you can't figure it out in the first shot, something's wrong with you. Also, the past owners of River Star, which they've kind of dropped out, they made the screwy parking that was out there. John and Judy Kramering. Also, after that park kind of went down, got to go with the UA tournament out to Expressway Park. I can say I never played here that much because our fitters team was basically on the west side, and we didn't want to waste all our gas going all the way out there. Bobby, no offense, but that was the way it happened. Well, out at Expressway Park, I like to say that it was great working with Bobby and his wife Betty. Maybe me and him are in a different era. Some people might call us dinosaurs, but we believed in great people skills, and we worked with the paper. And it worked, Bobby, it was great working with you. I didn't need this dog collar to be with me to get everything done. So we worked together for about 10 years. Then Bobby got a fantastic offer for his property to be bought, and the tournament moved back down to East. I'm just going to say, so I don't screw it up, because I would say River Star again. Well, out there, when we went to River Star, met a fantastic owner out there, manager. She came up, she got the award for keeping this thing going. And I'd like to say, Nikki, thanks to all that you do out there. I do my best to stay in the lane with you, but man, you're a tough customer. Also, Nikki, you can take a lot of pride in this. I would like to say, from being out there and our team playing out there to 392, that you have one of the hardest working families. And I don't mean the employees, I'm talking about your own family. They work their tail off and they make sure that softball, for all the people that are around out, get to enjoy it. So I just want to say a special thanks to you. And if people don't appreciate all that Nikki and her family does for her, you're missing the boat. Go out of town and see it. She does a heck of a job. So thanks for that, Nikki. And while I'm at it, if you go out there to east or west and you see your husband with that 1960 flat top haircut on right over there, she's rubbing his head. You got a promise tonight. Anyway, Waz, if you're hungry when you go out there and he's at the grill, stop in and see us get his hamburger, and don't make a sly remark to Nikki, because she's very good at smashing the bun down when you're out of line. True story, I did it, I got it. So, anyway, I just want to thank you for helping the softball being here in this community be as good as it was. All right, next I would like to thank and acknowledge the team that I played through 40 years growing up. And, you know, guys bring up about softball, is all about the friendships and that. These are guys, I got some diaper buddies over here. I'm 71. We've been friends since 71 years. Willie was a youngster. He's only 65 years that I've known the guy. There's another buddy sitting here in a white shop with white shirt on with a flat top also. He played on our same team. We were, what was that? Was Cheviot Police, but your dad was more important. He was the treasurer for them, so you made sure we got jackets out of that whole thing, out of it. So I want to thank them. I'm going to bring up Punch and Judy in the LaSalle League that was run by Roundy Petch. Anybody that follows basketball, he ran many of them, he worked at many of them games there. The Rumpke Park team. Old man Rumpke, not his two sons, the old man. He took care of us very well, and he didn't know a thing about softball. He thought it was a Chicago ball, 16 or 18 inch ball you played with. And that was with that team. We didn't have to do fundraising. We just had to lay out Rumpke Park. So if you don't like how it is, you can blame it on that 1972 Rumpke team. Also, I played for Espel, that was down by next to Howe Manufacturing. And you'll start figuring this one, Gabby Saloon, Wolfie Saloon, which eventually led to Jaeger Sports as our coach. So now you know why we had Bars as our sponsors, and Northside KSC Jazz. 1981 was a magical softball year for me, with winning both the Metro Division, Jaeger Sports, and a major and regional industrial with Pike Fitters Local 392. The Fitters not only played softball together, but we worked together and enjoyed many social occasions together. Most importantly, and this is the best part about it, we all got along and our wives and girlfriends enjoyed the social life. I have many true and lifetime friends from the softball out of 392. And I'd just like to thank all you guys, and there's a couple of them sitting right here right now, and it really means a lot. With making a commitment to 392 softball, my open major career was done. No regrets. That was the best decision looking back over the past 40 years for 392 and me. We dominated, buddy. We just didn't win, we dominated. In a 20-year period, we took 15 of the 20 industrial championships, 1989 to 2009. In fact, Danny Saylor had to change the rules. You didn't have to work at that organization. You could bring in 2 open people. And you know what? We still kicked butt. So congratulations to all my guys and all the brothers that played on the softball team. I would like to truly thank the 392 softball team for all their support and resources, which you know that's money. And more importantly, in my opinion, the fans in the stands. With the support, the teams were able to compete at the highest level possible and represent our local in a classy and dignified manner. The main reason for this award is the UA National Tournament. It's both a player, first MVP, I didn't know if they still made PBR beer, the coach, manager, and assistant tournament director. Because Willie mentioned Gene Bloom. In our program, we have a 5-year apprenticeship. I had a 10-year apprenticeship program under Gene until he told me I was allowed to run the tournament. And thanks to quiet Rick Yeager, I was allowed to start to run it. Since 2008, I have had the privilege of running UA again. Would like to thank Bob Sullivan Sr. 2 of his sons are here right now, Bobby Jr. and my diaper buddy, Tommy Sullivan. So, for having the wisdom and passion to start the tournament with around 10 teams. And I think we peaked at 61 in 1991, and I'm looking forward to go higher than that in the future, which is the opposite of what softball is going right now. And the teams, like Willie said, were all from the USA and Canada. Also, the following business managers to the current business manager, Bill Fairley, and his BAs with all the main jobs they do to keep this thing going. And also, I think one of the hardest jobs is probably keep me in the lane and off of this microphone. So, all right, finally, I'd like to, hey, the word finally came up, so you're happy. Finally, congratulations to the other 3 past inductees from Local 392. Sitting right in front of me is Larry Wirt, Mark Huber. I don't know what years Mark got it for all decade or whatever, but all I can tell you is Mark made my managing job a heck of a lot easier, because he would tell you at the start of the game there's 21 outs, and each inning, if we gave up more errors or screwed up mentally, he'd come in 4, 5. He'd look, and the guy that made a mistake didn't want to sit by him because he got his butt chewed from Mark. And finally, Kevin Burkhofer. As you all know, Kevin's got a million friends when he's been between the lines. But when he walks out of them, Kevin, lonely, isn't it? Also, I would like to Kevin Jerkoffer for you. Kevin Jerkoffer. Kevin, I love you. No, not really, but I guess I won't get a beer from you afterwards, right? Maybe over the head. Also, I'd like to congratulate, like I said, all the other inductees, and a member of Local 392 is going to go in 2025, and they said we're not allowed to say his name. I'm just going to say congratulations.
You can now.
Congratulations, Dave. No, I'm not breaking the rules. I'm staying in my lane.
We already told him you're allowed.
Okay. Thanks for all the great individuals who made this possible, and thanks. That's the end.